I want to share with you a dish that I made about a week ago. After doing a lot of experimenting with vegan dishes and vegan recipes, I managed to cook vegan spaghetti, and it turned out so good. I mean, this was like the best spaghetti I've ever had, and it's meatless. And I kind of felt bad at first because I was thinking that all pasta is made with eggs or egg yolk. And I happened to purchase this. Sometimes I keep forgetting about being a vegan. I just started being a vegan, and so I'm not gonna trip if I mess up and accidentally eat some dairy or whatever. I'm not gonna trip on it because this is something that's new to me. I just started this year. But anyway, getting back to the spaghetti pasta, I bought it at the store, and of course I got organic. And after I prepared this dish and ate it, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is vegetarian. It's not vegan because the pasta has eggs in it. So I tried to do research on the internet about pasta, the ingredients in it, and I think it's like durum salmonella or something. I know I'm not pronouncing that right, but anyway, I think it's the salmonella that's made with egg. So I called the manufacturer up, and about a couple of days later, they returned my call because I was concerned about what's the ingredients. Is there eggs in there? And the good news is that they returned my call and they told me that it's made with no eggs. So this being the case, I can go ahead and enjoy this dish, make some more of it later on. And, guilt free. And I did kind of feel bad that I cheated on this dish because it was so easy to make. I used um, vegan Parmesan cheese. And the vegan Parmesan cheese that I used was with raw cashews. Being vegan now, and since before being a vegetarian or vegan, I was a big lover of cheese and milk products and what have you. So raw cashews have become my best friend now. And so that's what I use for the vegan Parmesan cheese. I use the raw cashews. There's a recipe online on how to make how to make vegan Parmesan cheese. And and then for the sauce, I cheated with the sauce because I used bruschetta for my spaghetti sauce, and this bruschetta that I use is so good. Um, I get it at Big Lots. I don't know how long Big Lots is going to be carrying this, the Big Lots in my area, because their stuff is warehoused. And so I'm getting this at an extremely low price. It's only $2. If I go to a regular store and I'm lucky enough to find bruschetta, it's going to be a small jar, and it's going to be like between $5 and $6. So um, I love this stuff. It's so good. It's all vegan, of course, and you can see this bruschetta is made with olive, and you can see the pieces of olive that was in the spaghetti dish that I made. And as far as being vegan and vegetarian versus just a regular, you know, meat eater, or eating everything or whatever. Um, for people that are not vegetarian and not vegan, it's nothing to trip over. I mean, I remember last year, pre-2012, with all the hoopla, a lot of these new age gurus and conscious people, so-called, in the black community or whatever, everybody. I mean, people all over, they were just capitalizing on this 2012 thing and the so-called cosmic shift and whatever. Well, I do believe there is a cosmic shift, but people were capitalizing on it. And for years, even I was feeling bad because I wasn't, eating vegetarian. I mean, I grew up all my life eating, the regular American diet. We had pork-based sausage. We ate beef. This is stuff that I grew up on. Dairy, milk, or whatever. I know it's not the best thing, but this was American diet. This is what I was raised on. And so, anyway, it took years for me to gradually, come to the point in where I'm at. And like I said before, for the past 7, 8 years, I say about past 7 years, um, I've been conscientious about the human relationship with animals and how we are to appreciate the sacrifice that all animals, and not just animals, but the plants, because the plants are energies and they have a consciousness too. And to show thanks to nature, the animal kingdom and the plant kingdom. And once you have a fond sacredness for animals, you have a different perspective of eating meat. It doesn't mean you have to be a vegetarian. It just means that you are conscientious and aware of their suffering, and you avoid consuming flesh that has been abused, um, abused and mistreated, tainted, poisoned, and what have you. So, organic, I've been organic for quite a long time, for many years. And so now I'm getting into the subject about vegan and vegetarian politics, and people who don't eat pork. And to me, that's a person's personal business. If you're a vegetarian, if you're vegan, if you don't eat pork, that's your business. But don't, it's wrong to try to make other people feel less than you just because you don't eat pork, or you're vegan, or you're vegetarian. And this is what people this is the new age dogma now. And I can see it's coming out of the Catholic Church. And covertly, I would say the Catholic Church and the Jesuits, because they're the ones that's running and controlling all this new age propaganda. And they really pushed this dogma on people's consciousness and made people feel so guilty for not being vegetarian and vegan. And they made money off of it and capitalized on it. And basically, these dark forces that we're dealing with is not just money, but they feed on human guilt. So if you're like feeling guilty, like, oh my gosh, I'm still eating meat, I smoke cigarettes, I eat pork, I eat dairy. They don't care what you're doing. It has nothing to do with morals. They just want to make you feel guilty, and they feed on human guilt. And when you fall into the cycle of human guilt and fear, and you sinned against God, or, oh, I'm sinning against the new age God now because I'm not vegetarian, then what you're doing is that you're generating karma for yourself because the matrix wants to generate karma through guilt and fear of God and guilt. So this is something that people need to get rid of. If you're a meat eater, so be it. If you're vegetarian, if you're vegan, so be it. I tried to go vegan several times. Not vegan, but vegetarian. I never thought I could go vegan, but I tried to do vegetarian many times. And the creator, um, my spirit guides, my dreams and whatever, they told me to continue eating the way I was eating. Eat meat once in a while and dairy once in a while. And the thing the thing that I was doing was I was making sure that everything was organic. I tried to make sure everything was, we don't have any control over our food, very little control. So, you know, it was like a lot of prayer and guidance as far as directing me what to buy, what not to buy, what to avoid. But I try very hard to be organic. And if I screw up and eat some junk food, so be it, because you can't get stuck in all this guilt all the time, like I said before. um so we do the best we can, and just try to enjoy life and not get hung up and trip on guilt and fear, and learn how to move on. If you fuck up or screw up, so be it, and move on. You don't have to be holding don't let other people, these other gurus and new age conscious experts, allow you to feel bad because you're not living up to their standards. They're not God. We all have a different path. And I've run across a lot of people and, discussing vegan versus non-vegan. And a lot of it's like being vegan became a fad or something among the younger generation, because I come across a lot of young people, and they say that they tried to do vegan and they couldn't do it. They had to stop. So I think this is because they're doing it under peer pressure, or because it's a fad. You have to be, if you decide to become vegetarian or vegan, this should be something that you choose to do under spiritual guidance. I believe that you would have to be, I believe these people said that they failed in their vegan path because they were not spiritually at that point, or you have to be at a certain spiritual level, because like I said before, I was guided in my dreams when to when to become a vegetarian. First, I was instructed to become a vegetarian. This is all just recently. I would say I got my message through my dreams, February 2013. So that's what, about 8 months ago. Now, a few months later, the spirits in my dreams told me to do vegan, go all the way. I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna do this? But I noticed I had this big boost of energy, and ever since I've been I haven't been, I've been kind of messing up once in a while, and I don't trip on it. I don't let it make me feel bad. If I slipped up and ate cheese or some meat, I have done it a few times, and I just get over it. I don't let that trip me up. And but for the most part, I have been strictly vegan, and my energy level is good. Um as a matter of fact, when I first started my vegan path, I got this burst of energy like you wouldn't believe. And like I said before, I think this is all because I had to do this at the right time in my life. So I think if I had tried to do this on my own, or if I had caved into some guilt pressure or peer pressure, I think I would have failed, and I would have had to um, you know, go back to eating meat. But so far, I haven't. I have my energy level is good, and so it's all about politics. They're the new age belief systems and politics. It's unfortunate because, like I said before, even I got caught up and was really feeling bad because these new age gurus um, and this so-called spirituality, they can really make a person feel bad if they're not at their level. When you notice how a lot of people, they eat pork and are vegetarian or vegan, they can be some of the most evil people. A lot of them can be worse than people that just eat a regular toxic American diet. So I don't think it really has anything to do with spirituality, not necessarily. You know, you're and a lot of these religions, I believe that the reason why they're so strict on a lot of diets of what certain things people can and cannot eat, I believe it has something to do with cannibalism. And there was a video I know it sounds quote unquote far out there. There was a video that a young woman did. I think she was a disciple of Malachi Z. York, and she was saying that a lot of these she was alluding to the word menu in cannibalism, about there's other entities that consume humans, and there's there's certain they want certain types of people who only eat a certain way, and some people, they don't want them eating pork, because when they consume these people, they want their flesh to be a certain way, you know. So I mean, it's just sometimes it just don't make any sense. Would they put? Why would God, okay, a custodial God, so called, put so much pressure on people and make them feel so bad about not eating pork? I believe that pork is bad. I believe it's when I did before I became vegetarian, I did eat pork or sausage. It would just be once in a blue moon. It wouldn't be all the time because I was always aware of that, the reputation about pork and ham. It was always special occasion. And I would always bless the food before I ate it. But it was kind of annoying. A lot of people I knew that were religiously, that's their business. They didn't eat pork, but they would like verbally bust me upside the head. I don't eat no pork, and all this. I'm like, just damn, I'm just offering you some food, And they're always boasting around, I don't eat pork, but then they eat sugar, high fructose corn syrup. From what I understand, sugar come out of the pig too. It's processed with pig blood, and the big deal. I don't eat pork, but they eating all these other chemicals, and they're not checking labels or nothing. So so what? That's your thing. And like I said before, I could be that would be like me, because God told me to become vegan, that don't mean am I supposed to condemn and look down on other people because they're not eating the way I eat? I mean, that means that a person is phony about their so-called spiritual past because you have gotten caught up in your um, diet lifestyle, like you're above other people. And yes, it's good to be health conscious and take good care of your body, exercise, and whatever. But you don't look down on other people because they don't live the way you live. And so that right there is a dead giveaway. So I just wanted to share that with you, that don't get caught up in all this new age bullshit about, oh, you have to, they were trying to make you feel like, oh, I'm not going to make the I'm not going to make the cosmic shift unless I'm vegetarian or vegan. That was to make people feel guilty and put fear in people, because there are entities in the lower fourth dimension that feed on human guilt. The same entities that make you feel guilty that when you die, you're going to go to hell, or you're going to get executed by this white Jesus at Armageddon and all this kind of bullshit, is all spiritual politics. And like I said before, I believe it's all coming from the Jesuits and the Catholic Church. So whatever your diet and lifestyle is, enjoy life. And this is just something that I wanted to share with you. And sometimes you might just have be in the mood to eat vegan. So this is something for people who are interested in just experimenting and trying out different things. And it's not dogma or nothing like that. I'm not trying to push any belief on anybody at all. Just something to share with people and bring awareness to you to not get caught up in other people's dogma. You can learn from them. They have a lot of good information, but just don't get caught up in it. Protect yourself. Spiritually protect yourself and protect your consciousness, and don't let anybody apply or put guilt on you or fear about God, because God loves you regardless of how you were brought up eating. Even the people that like, I used to hear them take pot shots at certain Asian people for eating dogs. And for a long time, we used to I used to hear stuff about certain Asian people, how they eat dogs and this and that, blah blah blah. And they kind of make you sort of like look down on them, like, wow, how can they do that? You find out that propaganda came from the same people that ravished their land, of course, the colonists. And they ravished their land, destroyed their land. And the only way these particular people who are, that they're making fun of, this is the only way they learned how to survive, or were able to survive, was eating dogs. It was from their war-torn experience with the Western colonizers, whoever it was. And so when these people came in and destroyed their way of life, they resorted to eating dogs. And this is what I haven't done much research on it, but it makes perfect sense. It's always the very people that screwed you up or destroyed you, then they turn around, take pot shots, and, oh, look at them. So at least those people that are eating dogs, I love animals, I love dogs, but these people, they're still here. They're still alive. And there's so many people on this planet, especially indigenous people, that have been wiped out. They successfully wiped them out. So they're probably making fun of these Asian people because they're mad that they survived. So people do what they have to do to survive and take care of their children and feed their babies and whatever. So judge not, lest you be judged.